This is the story of Macbeth, a tragedy by William Shakespeare that is not just about ambition, but about how ambition can slowly destroy the human soul. At the beginning, Macbeth is not a villain. He is a brave and loyal soldier, a man who has just won glory on the battlefield, a man admired by his king and respected by all. But everything changes with a prophecy. On a lonely heath, 3 witches appear. Strange, unsettling, almost unreal. They greet him not as he is, but as what he could become. Thane of Glamis, Thane of Cawdor and future king. At first it feels impossible, almost like a passing illusion. But then one part of the prophecy comes true, and suddenly a dangerous thought takes root. What if fate is not something to wait for, but something to take? This is where Macbeth begins to change, because ambition, once awakened, does not remain quiet. And then there is Lady Macbeth, perhaps one of the most fascinating characters ever written. She does not hesitate. She does not doubt. Where Macbeth fears, she pushes. Where he questions, she decides. She tells him, "If destiny has shown you the crown, why should you wait for it?" And so they make a choice that cannot be undone. In the silence of the night, Macbeth kills King Duncan. Not in anger, not in battle, but in cold blood. And from that moment, everything begins to fall apart. Because the crown he desired so deeply does not bring peace. It brings fear. Macbeth becomes king, but he is no longer the man he was. He cannot sleep. He cannot trust. He cannot escape the voice inside his own mind. Macbeth does murder sleep. Guilt becomes his shadow, and paranoia becomes his companion. He begins to see enemies everywhere, even where none exist. And so, to protect his power, he kills again and again, each murder taking him further away from humanity and deeper into darkness. Meanwhile, Lady Macbeth, the woman who once seemed stronger than him, begins to break. The guilt she dismissed returns, quietly, relentlessly. In one of the most haunting scenes in literature, she walks in her sleep, trying to wash invisible blood from her hands. Out, damned spot! But the stain does not go away, because some actions cannot be undone, and some choices stay with us forever. By the end, Macbeth stands alone. The throne he fought for means nothing. The power he gained has cost him everything. His friends, his honor, his peace, his soul, and perhaps the most tragic realization of all comes too late. That life, without meaning, without morality,